Hello, I'm Jérôme Paris. I'm the Member Services Manager here at EENA, and today I would like to provide you with an overview of what is EENA, what we can do with you, how we can cooperate. So in this short presentation, I will try to provide as many information as possible so that you understand better what EENA is. First, we are an NGO, non-profit organization. We have been set up about 15 years ago in Brussels, Belgium, and our objective is to make sure that the service to citizens is the best as possible in terms of emergency services and in terms of emergency calls handling. So it's not only about 112 actually, but about every emergency numbers, whatever the number. Our idea is that the call handling should be the best as possible for citizens. In order to do so, we try to gather all stakeholders of the sector, emergency services, of course, but also ministries and all public authorities related to this sector. We also work with the industry, of course, also with our corporate members, and also with institutes of technology, universities, and we have also membership for members of the European Parliament for our lobbying activities. In addition to the emergency calls handling issue, we also work on what we call sometimes a reverse 112, which is public warning systems, the alert to citizens, and we are trying to make sure that there are efficient systems running in Europe for this. On the next slide, you can see what we do. Actually, again, we are a platform gathering stakeholders. I will show you later who are the members and from where they are. But first, let's speak about the events that are organized by EENA. The main one is the EENA conference that is organized every year in April. This is a 3-day event gathering usually something like 450, 500 participants from all over the world, basically 45, 50 countries on average. Together with this conference, during the 3-day, there is also a trade show where our corporate members can showcase their products and their services. And during one evening of the event, there is a 112 award ceremony with the aims of rewarding emergency services for their achievements during the past year. So this is about the EENA conference and the 112 award ceremony. And then every year also, in October this time, we have the EENA members workshop and the Meet Your MEP event. The EENA members workshop is a 1.5-day event where we gather our members in small groups in order to work on specific documents that will provide recommendations on specific topics. It can be eCall, it can be GIS, it can be apps, all these kind of topics that needs to be driven by us. And then after this workshop, there is meetings organized with members of the European Parliament, and actually each participant can meet with MEPs from his country so that he can share his concern and also maybe the recommendations of the workshop. So this is it for the events. So the main event in April every year, and the workshop in small groups also every year, but in October. Then we have working groups that are running all along the year. The operations committee and the technical committee. The operations committee focus mainly on topics that are, let's say, the daily issues that can be faced by emergency services. So it can be, for instance, getting accurate caller location, can be equal, can be the use of GIS to locate vehicles and so on and so forth. Technical committee is more focused on technological aspects and also on the next generation 112. It's also about 112 apps, for instance, or social media. We have also a certification program for emergency call centers. The idea is that sometimes we understood from emergency call centers that they need a benchmark to get improved. So that's why we've launched this certification program some years ago. It's quite successful actually, and yeah, it's something that can be also used by companies to show that PSAPs that are equipped with their products are at a good level. EENA is also a lobby, so we are an advocacy organization. That's why we work with members of the European Parliament, but also with the European Commission in order to improve the legislation related to 112. We are also working on getting budget for EU-funded projects. For some of them, we build ourselves the consortium. Sometimes we are invited to a consortium. It really depends on the topic. And as you can see here, I've listed the projects to which we've participated or to which we are still involved with. So, for instance, H112 for accessibility issues, Hero for equal, Emergent for social media. On the next slide, you can see the memberships. Basically, two main memberships, one for emergency services, for public authorities, ministries. So this one, it represents about 1,100 people from over 80 countries. I will show you a map later where you can see where we have members all over the world. On the other side, we also work with companies that provide products and services to emergency services. Can be hardware, can be software companies, but also integrators, consultants, developers of apps, and so on and so forth. Can be, for instance, also a company providing public warning products. So in total, it's about 75 private companies that are member of ours as of today in August 2015. And on the side, we have other memberships, one for universities and Institute of technology. It's about 85 people nowadays. We work also with members of the European Parliament, about 180 people from all the European Union countries. And also we work with similar organizations as EENA, working in the field of emergency services. On the three next slides, you can see the logos of our corporate members. I will not go company by company, but here is just for you to see that we have a wide range of companies that are members of ours, from very small companies, medium companies working on specific issues, to very big companies like Ericsson, like Huawei. So quite a lot of interesting companies that can also be partners of yourself, actually. So here we are with some others. And on the third slide, you can see also consultancies that are part of EENA and some international associations and organizations that are part of our organization. Here on this map, you can see the countries where we have emergency services members. So it doesn't mean that 112 is working in each and every country on this map, it means that we have members there. So people with whom we work, whatever the emergency number actually. Basically, the share is about 1,000 people from Europe. So this is really our focus. But also for quite some years, we got requests from emergency services from non-European countries. So 2 or 3 years ago, we extended our membership to those countries who were interested in our membership. So you can see that we have some members in Asia, Australia, South America, North America. You can also see that the Middle East is represented. Then here on the two next slides, you can see the services to corporate members. The first of them is information about call for tenders. So basically, when we receive information about the publication of a tender in Europe or elsewhere, we send an email to all our corporate members so that you know that there is this tender, and in case it is relevant for your business, you can apply and contact people in charge of this tender. So this is something quite useful in general. And also usually every 3 or 6 months, with some companies, I have a call for maybe sometimes for 1 hour, and I explain from A to Z where project of tenders are ongoing. So for instance, we'll see Albania, Azerbaijan, and then Belgium, Croatia, until something at the end of the alphabet. But yeah, the idea is really to let you know what is going on in each and every country. Of course, we don't know everything, but at least you have good information about the market thanks to this service. Then we have also a nice platform online that is reserved to EENA members. You can get access once you are a member. It's kind of a platform where you can see all EENA members. You can do searches per country, for instance. So if you write Brazil, you will find all EENA members from emergency services, from industry, from researchers that are from Brazil, and so on and so forth for every country. So it's quite useful in order to find some prospects and people with whom you can get in touch. And thanks to this platform, you can really get in touch directly with people, a bit like Facebook. So you can send messages through the platform, and it will go directly to their email. So they don't need to connect to the platform in order to check their emails. It goes directly to their mailbox. Another thing that is quite useful on this platform is that you have, as a corporate members, you have dedicated web pages to present your company and your products, your services. You can put a contact point, and so on and so forth. Every year, we also publish a document that is called the PSAPs in Europe document. Basically, it is a description, an overview of how emergency calls handling works in each and every country in the European Union. And actually, it's a bit wider because it's about 40 countries in Europe. So it's all European Union plus Norway, Switzerland, Balkan countries, and so on, Turkey as well. And our plan for 2016 is to release a new version of the document with non-European countries, more or less to start, to begin with in 2016. I think we will have maybe 8, maybe 10 countries in this document, in addition to the 40 countries in the other one for Europe. Then you can also, as a member, attend our events free of charge. You don't have to pay any entrance fee, and you can also invite as many customers or prospects as you wish to our event, free of charge as well. So this is quite a good advantage of being member. And then, of course, during the event, you can meet and network with emergency services from all over the world, with industry also for potential partnership. You can showcase during the EENA conference, and of course, there is a lot of content that is shared by experts from all over the world. And here on the second slide, you can see some other services. So of course, as all organizations, we have newsletters. We also organize webinars on specific topics like funding from the European Union, like Generation 112. We also have sometimes presentations by 112 organizations on how it works in their country and so on. They also explain what are the projects and reforms ongoing. We publish regularly documents from our working groups, so the so-called EENA operations and EENA technical committees. You can participate to these working groups, of course. You can contribute also to standardization. We have a representative in HCMTEL, in CENT, with GPP. So it's also the opportunity to influence standards. You are also informed about legislation pertaining to EU emergency services. We let you know when there are some EU funding opportunities, and I've already talked about the EENA's certificate of quality standard. On the next slide, you have the list of events that will be held this year in the next years. The members workshop in October. And for next year, the main event, the EENA conference in April, that will be held in Prague on 6-8 April. Sometimes we also have the question, so I've put a slide about it. How is EENA funded? So actually, part of our funding, of course, comes from the memberships of the private companies, about 40%. Then 40% from EU-funded projects, and also a small part of the budget comes from the profit that we have from events. And then expenses are salaries, event expenses, business trips, and so on. Now the last slide is about the membership fee. So actually the membership fee is according to the size of your company. So from big companies to very small ones, you will have a different membership fee. So this is something that is running for quite a lot of years now, but of course this is something that we can talk about. You can, and I can explain you which one goes to your company and why, if you wish. So we can have a call together if you are interested in being a member and getting benefit from our services. And all my contact details are here on the screen. And for your information, I've also put contact details of my colleagues here at EENA. So I hope that this presentation has been useful, and in case you want to know more about EENA, if you want to ask questions, really don't hesitate to contact me. I will be happy to speak with you. Thank you very much.